the most disturbing videos on the internet today. Let's dive in.
In this video, we have a truck driver who's at a rest stop. While he was getting some rest in his truck, he heard something horrifying. Let's watch.
Started to hear stuff out here, and over here on 97 on the rest stop. And I don't know. What the hell is that? What the heck is that? What the absolute heck is that? Starting to regret that I stopped at this rest stop. And they say Bigfoot isn't real? I don't ever want to stick my arm out the window. I can't believe.
In this video, we have a truck driver.
He said, I don't even want to stick my arm out the window. Man, if you don't touch that engine on and go to the next truck stop, ain't no way I'm going to be able to get some sleep if I was there. You wake up and then you see a werewolf just sitting there outside your truck. No, thank you. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button because we do these videos every single day. And I'd love to see them all. So let's get straight back into the action.
Today we're going to be paying attention to this little rattlesnake who wants some delicious brewskis. And it looks like he's going with Great Lakes Commodore Perry IPA. Ooh, what do they got here? Brownie brittle. I've never had that before. Don't mind if I do. Alright, what am I going to do here? Set down the beer. That'll make it easier on me. That's pretty good. What do I got here? Craters. What's in here? Caramel and cherry popcorn. What are the calories on these bad boys? A little too much to my liking. You know what? Don't mind if I do. Help myself to another one. These things are pretty tasty. They got some ruffles. Ooh, those look pretty good. Hot buffalo wing. I don't think I've had those before. Well, definitely got some kick to them. I'm not sure about those though. I think I'm gonna pass. So he pays for his beer and then goes on his merry way so he can go home and drink some delicious brewskis. And a week later, he's back. So he's gonna make his way into his favorite aisle, the chip aisle, and he's gonna grab a bag of Ruffles to munch on while he looks at some brewskis. Which beer should I get? I think I'm gonna go with the Commodore Perry again. That sounds pretty good. And maybe I should get some ice cream. Or maybe I should just eat some more chips. Chips are so much better when you don't have to pay for them. And you can't eat a bag of Ruffles without some French onion dip, so he's gonna grab some hell of a good. These are so good. You know what? I think I need another one. So good. Hell of a good French onion dip. Can't wait to eat this. Should open it right now, but oh wait. Let's grab another one. You know what? These original Ruffles have been pretty good to me today, so I think I'm gonna go with a bag of those. Grab a couple for the road. So he pays for the fresh bag of chips, the dip, and the brewskis, and goes on his merry way.
Hey! What's your problem?
Pardon me?
What's your problem?
What's that?
What do you mean, what's that? Why are you playing dumb?
All the chips, you mean?
Yeah, what do you think? You think you just help yourself out to free chips while you're in the store?
I want to try. I bought the same one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you opened one?
I did.
Yeah, why the f could you do that?
Because I'm stupid.
Yeah, you are. Go sit in the car and wait for the police.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta go, man.
Oh, that sucks. All right.
Oh, come on. I just some chips, man. I just want to buy some chips.
No, you're a fucking thief. Do you do this everywhere you go?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Just here?
No, I don't do it, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, just go wait for the police. You're good.
I gotta go, man.
All right, just go wait for the police. You're good.
Today we're going to be paying attention to this little
Just buy the chips. They're not that expensive. Why steal?
This might pique your interest. Check this out.
A radically new space vehicle called the Ionocraft, which could be equally useful in communications, defense, or radar, is demonstrated in New York in scale model by its inventor, Major Alexander de Seversky. The bizarre-looking flying machine, which was 6 years in development, gets its power to move and to stay aloft, some 60 miles above sea level, from ionic emissions generated by electric impulses. It can travel several hundred miles per hour. The downdrafts of steam in the demonstration illustrate the propelling ionic emissions. Electrical potential will be provided by airborne solid-state electronic means without any moving parts. These convert thermal energy from either Earth or Sun into high-voltage potential.
The Ionocraft. They probably already got it, but they want us to buy airplane tickets. YouTuber has proof Bigfoot is real. What? That looks like he has his hand.
It's real hot out, so I got to get this back in the freezer. Now it is light because it's dried out. It's been in a freezer since, not the same freezer, but it's been in freezers since September 23rd, 1953. But you can see it is real. It's a Bigfoot hand or arm. It's an arm. You can see the size comparison to mine. And like I said, I gotta get it back in the freezer, but I did want to show you all. It's very dried out. You can see it's like totally desiccated. Anyway, there you go. It's a Bigfoot hand, arm, and hand. Okay, I gotta get this back in.
Don't tell me they're about to eat Bigfoot like how they've been eating these mermaids. What do you got it in a freezer for? What is going on?
As you can see, I'm walking away from this object and it begins to form. And if I'll pause it here, if you notice a bubble begins to form right here.
And let me stop you there. It's a very definitive, clear circle. There, I mean, you can see the line. You can trace the line with your cursor. I mean, it's like right there. You can see it. Something is happening that's not normal. Please continue.
Sure. And as I'm walking away, like I said, this is stabilized and in slow motion. It makes it easier to see. And now this thing in the center here, it's kneeling down. It's got arms and shoulders and a head, and you can start to see, especially right here, the event horizon
bubble,
is really starting to form. And then a little farther away, and again, now it's starting to really get defined. And I just thank the Lord I walked past it before it began to form, because we don't know where it leads or where it was coming from. Mm-hmm. And the being, of course, inside this event, he begins to get a little sharper. Now this being never really becomes clear, and it's almost like when we get here, you could really see the edge. If I can stop it you can really
see the edge. I mean, it's very plain, and it's not some sort of camera anomaly. Something is manifesting in this in this sphere. I mean, it's incredible footage.
Yeah, and like I said, this in here is almost like you're looking into water. That's all the predictive programming.
Well, it is. It's exactly what it is. It's getting everybody used to what's coming.
And right here is probably a really, really good shot of
It's a great shot.
The event forming.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, I'm walking away from this event. If it was something to do with the camera and lights and angle, I'm changing the angle as I'm walking. So some pareidolia or some other effect, as soon as you change the light angles and my perspective to it, they should change. This thing should go away. It should fade. and instead of fading, it's actually getting sharper. So it was really just a eye-opener.
And it's not moving. If it was some sort of camera anomaly, it would be bouncing up and down and moving left to right as you're walking, because you can see the camera's moving, but that circle is not moving. That circle is definitive. It's there. Something is coming through. It's very unnerving.
Yeah. I feel very fortunate, to be honest with you, that this thing didn't come through and approach me. It just
it's becoming sharper too. Look at it now. It's definitely sharper, I should say.
Bigfoot is phase shifting in and out of different dimensions now. He's evolving. Oh my goodness. That is a new one. Bigfoot phase shifting.
These 500-year-old chain rings at the Gaureshvara temple in India are not metal. They were actually carved from a single piece of rock. These 500-year-old chain rings at the Gaureshvara...
And not to mention the detail at the top. What were they on back in the day is a mystery.
We gotta talk about this. This is a dry river in India, and it revealed these stones, these ancient carvings in the stones. These carvings are called lingams, and in the Hindu tradition, they are very significant to their religious practice. These are in the Shamala River. Probably butchering that name, sorry. The pointy part is the lingam. The base is the yoni. You often see these with snakes around them, and sometimes even with bulls around them. Some of these are absolutely massive, and some are carved out of multi-ton single-piece rocks. When they're inside of temples, you can often find them under these decorative ceilings. But if you find many of them in the wild, they look decapitated. So my man Praveen has done some investigating. Follow him on YouTube if you're not. A recent temple excavation revealed this. Underneath the lingam was specific metals in a specific configuration. They also found these iron spatulas that conveniently never rust. Here is what was underneath that lingam. Inside that pot is rice husk. So Praveen recreated this experiment and used a silver rod and an iron rod in the rice husk in a pot, and it created electric current. Putting a bunch of these together, he could light up an LED. Now, lingams are not exclusive to India. They're found all over the world, but I want to focus on Egypt. India and Egypt were close. Now, these are going to make a lot more sense. If you do a quick search for the Baghdad battery, you'll see this pop up. Egypt used this for electricity. You can find this on the walls at the Dendera temple complex. The word for bull is Taurus. This comes from the Aramaic word tor. The torus is the shape of energetic flow. The snakes represent vibration, most of the time from the sun. So containing the energy of the sun in a bowl is exactly the concept of a tokamak reactor in our culture. Snake charmers are magicians. They use magnets to magnetically charm the snakes. I'm telling you, India is the key. India is where it's at.
Shout out to Baseforge and Pareen Mohan for that incredible information, showing us how possibly the ancient civilization of India could have been generating electricity. We see all those different contraptions in those temples. What if those buildings was actually in the air? I would love to see it back in the day when it first was made. Who knows? Everything generating, flying in the air.
John, what do you got?
So just leveling up these stones to see how perfectly cut these were or designed, and pretty spot on. Doesn't get any more level than that.
Now I'm a believer.
John, what do you got?
So just
looking at this kind of makes me think of a giant Lego. Could these be possibly Legos for giants? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
Wow. Look at this thing. Insane.
I could easily go down into this thing, but oh my.
Okay.
Oh my.
Okay.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you see?
I don't know. But yeah, well, I'm not going in there. How was this possible? Was almost a perfect cube. Wow. This is massive. So its dimensions are 50 feet by 42 feet by 54 feet by 45.5 feet. Flying the drone from the base to the top, I assessed that it's about 60 feet tall. It appears to be carved out of the earth. Nothing was known about it, except that it was composed of limestone. No one knew where it came from. Only 3 photographs existed on the internet that proved it wasn't a myth. And right on top of us is the entire block. Look at that. Oh my god. The amorphous larger block that started at the top lost its rounded outside layers during the violent tumble, and only the newer, smoother, whiter core of the block remained at the bottom of the cliff. There was something off about the corner. We had been so fixated on the appearance of a square at the top of the block that we had missed the forest through the trees. The northeastern corner was missing. Meaning, at one point in the past, the block would have been far more symmetrical. Like a perfect cube, but flat on one side. We had been literally standing on top of the perfect symmetry we had been searching for and not even known it. Andrew and I had been thinking about it all wrong. We had not been standing on the top of it. We had been standing on the side of it.
Wow. Look at this thing.
The first thing I'm thinking is giants carved it. That's the first thing I'm thinking. What do you think it could possibly be? Alright guys, these Bigfoot sightings are popping up. Let's check this one out.
A lot of times we are only shown the tree stumps from these massive trees of our hidden past. These trees that were so massive, we blindly built our cities on top of them. I'm often asked, where's the rest of the tree? Why just the tree stump? It's oftentimes because that's all that's visible on the surface. A lot of the tree has been buried and covered in mud from the many resets, many great floods and many mud floods. But when you open your eyes to the possibility of what was, you start seeing much more than just the tree stumps that dot our landscape. But much like our ancestors that blindly built houses and cities on top of these tree stumps, we obliviously go about our lives not knowing that we stand on the ruins of a much larger past. But when your eyes become open to this much larger world we live in, you start seeing the evidence everywhere, and it is truly beautiful. And you can tell these are obviously not some ancient volcanoes or lava plumes formed millions of years ago and never replicated again in modern times for our eyes to see. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
Damn, that does look like a giant tree branch that fell, doesn't it? Fairy-like creature caught on camera. Let's take a look.
That's a fairy. Oh my god, yo, that's a fairy. I'm recording this with an iPhone. I'm here with my family on a vacation. Not on a vacation, I'm just here because of my graduation. I just graduated and I'm seeing a fairy in real life. That's a fairy.
It looks like something's dangling. What could it be? Speaking of little fairies, look what they found. A little fairy house.
The most obvious stay trap I have ever seen. I'm gonna go touch it.
I don't got no business to bring you, babe. It was definitely you.
It's definitely not me. You're bringing bitches in here. Oh my gosh, this is so cute.
It's the spot. It's the spot. Nah, come back out. Look, why they be peeking like that? Peeking. Alright, so look, let me know.
Did you hear him? He said, why is it peeking like that? Did they find a fairy? For entertainment purposes only. Don't believe anything you hear or see on this video.
What people don't know, and this goes way back, in the records of Solomon, the king of Israel, he stated, all treasures are guarded by angels. Little treasures by small groups of angels, and big treasures by very big groups of angels. And they will not let the wrong people take them. And I am not an expert on Spanish crafts. Either Spanish crafts or Aztec or Mayan. They had all kinds of ways of setting up things so they'd be death traps and anybody who tried to take them out. And I'm not an expert on that at all. It would be nice to have somebody who did know those things, because I do know where there's a few at. As I was telling you one time, there's a lot of different treasures in New Mexico. And I lived in New Mexico for 20 years, and I looked at a lot of stuff. What people don't know, and this goes way back, in the records of Solomon, the king of Israel.
Exactly what type of treasures are in Mexico that angels could possibly guard? A talented Ukrainian soldier making sculptures on the walls of his trench.
We got
Wow, he did all that with a stick? That's incredible work.
The CIA, according to these reports, says the Ark was confirmed to exist through remote viewing, describing a gold-covered chest guarded by powerful beings in an underground Middle Eastern chamber.
I sense by the Spirit of the Lord, they're going to proclaim that they have found the Ark of the Covenant. I'm telling you right now, they will indeed make an announcement that they have found the Ark of the Covenant. And I believe this is going to greatly mess with some religious ideologies, theological things. I believe that they're going to find the Ark of the Covenant. It's a big thing to state. I feel this way the same way when I wrote on the whiteboard. Wow.
They lied to you. The pyramids of Antarctica aren't just... They lied to you. The pyramids of Antarctica aren't just snow-covered mountains. They're remnants of an ancient, advanced civilization. But that's not even the craziest part. In recently declassified documents and satellite images, there are unmistakable pyramid-like structures buried under the Antarctic ice. So, how old are these pyramids? And who built them? This is where things get really interesting. Ancient maps, like the Piri Reis map, depict Antarctica without ice, showing detailed coastlines and even mountain ranges. This implies that advanced civilizations knew about Antarctica long before modern explorers. New research and excavations suggest
I feel like Admiral Byrd tried to
Mars and Earth. I think by now we all know that the World Fairs were a cover-up to destroy old world architecture. They expect us to believe that this architecture was all built in the space of 2 years only for the World's Fairs. How can something so beautiful like this be built in the space of 2 years by cardboard and plaster? Come on, guys. This is the Chicago World's Fair in 1893, or should we say J893. This was from the old world, and the only way that they could destroy it was to make us believe that this was only made for World Fairs. It was a civilization reset, and it all started in the 1700s. It was also so they could destroy etheric technology on top of the buildings. Look at this architecture, guys, and they want us to believe that this was only made for the World's Fairs. And if you look now, every single World's Fair has exactly the same architecture because it was from the same civilization. This was the past of the future, or the future of the past. The statue you're about to see here is called the Golden Lady. It was made out of solid gold and is actually still in Chicago to this day. So if everything else was destroyed, then how come the Golden Lady is still standing? Now here's some footage from the Paris World's Fair. Because we've been reset so many times, people have forgot their true history and they've made his story. Wake up and learn your true history, guys. Stay blessed.
There's actually another World Fair taking place in Japan. I wonder what they're going to show.
We're not the most advanced civilization.
Yeah, it's just a giant. Everything they built back in the day was for a purpose, not just for looks. There's also a purpose for it. All right, this one is extraordinary evidence of UFOs caught on film. All right, looks like some type of helicopter circling some type of black orb that's just hovering. What are they trying to do? It looks like it's getting closer to the helicopter. Yeah, that's definitely not another helicopter. That looks like a sphere floating in the air. For a size comparison, it's almost double the mass of a helicopter. What on earth could this be? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'll see if it will take off. There's definitely some type of interaction with the helicopter. And it looks like they have the same orb in Los Angeles, California, doing the same exact thing. Or could it be us inside the orb? That's something else to think about as well. There's a helicopter. Man, these helicopters are on it. It's like interacting with some type of orb. What on earth? Almost looked like somebody was inside of it for a second, didn't it? If you made it this far, go ahead and drop Monday Entertainment in the comments below. Monday Entertainment is the code word, and I just want to say thank you for making it this far. Your support means the world to me. This was the most disturbing videos on the internet today. See you tomorrow.